I don't really have anything to say. Woo. We're back. Walking up to the Ticket and Transportation Center, currently they are not offering trams. So if you park at the Ticket and Transportation Center, you will be walking to the TTC where you will get temp checked and go through security before the monorail or the ferry boat. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind that parking takes a long time right now. It always did, and now it takes even longer because they're spacing the cars out. So put your patient pants on. Okay, time for temp check. It's right outside the Transportation and Ticket Center before security. It's done by Advent Health. Same thing as Disney Springs. If you have 100.4, 100.4 or higher, you and your party will not be allowed in. However, you can go relax in a tent for a second. They'll give you some water so you can try again because you may be just hot from walking up from the car or something like that. So, just waiting on the markers. Hello, good morning.
Check the temperature.
Thank you. Currently, there are 3 ways to get from the Transportation and Ticket Center to the Magic Kingdom. There's the ferry boat, per usual. There's the monorail, per usual. And as you can see, they have these stickers out here on the ground, and they are directing folks to which one to go to because the line's kind of backing up a little bit. And then they've also got buses running directly from here to the Magic Kingdom. I'm going to talk to a cast member and see which one they think's the fastest because that's the one I'm going to take. Cast member told me that the bus would be the fastest, and it definitely is the shortest line, so I'm going with the bus. Like, there is just bus after bus after bus, and I know the bus is not as magical as the monorail, but that Peter Pan one's pretty great. But if the point's to get to the park faster, I think the bus is the way to go. At least right now, a few minutes before the park officially opens for this preview. Hello! It's just me. Hello, just me. Number 2, all right, hello. Number 2, my seats. All right, here we go. Headed into the park for the AP preview. Hello. How are you? Good. Thank you. Eek! Here we go. We're here. We are in the Magic Kingdom.
Thank you for visiting us today. Just a few reminders. Please wear a face covering. Clean your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing. And maintain physical distancing. Thank you.
Happy to have caught that announcement. They play that at random periods throughout the day as a friendly reminder. Are you ready? Are you excited? We're about to see her. We're about to see her. Good morning. Thank you. You look adorable. Ah!
So beautiful.
Good morning. Thank you. It has been a very long time since I've been able to do this. I'm walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. Castle's pretty and all. We'll get to it. Y'all already know where my first stop is. Hello, old friend. It's been a long time. Hello! Hi, thank you!
Welcome.
Thank you!
Right through here.
Right through here? Excellent. So the way it works is it's all one line and they will weave through and there are spaces 6 feet apart and you wait on your space and then they'll send you to a register. You'll order, you'll pay like normal, and then they will send you over here to the pickup line, which starts where I am, and then you will wait here to pick up your delicious coffee treats. And if there isn't one of these available, like when I was at the register, somebody was standing here, so they held me at the register for a few moments until everybody in the pickup line had moved up, and then I was able to come get in the pickup line. So, as with anything, it looks really long. I was in to order in less than 5 minutes. I was at the register, so don't be alarmed at how long lines look, because they could be deceiving. I don't really have anything to say. Whew. We're back. Hi, this is my ideal situation. A delicious cold brew, Cinderella Castle. This coffee just tastes better because it's here. Oh wait, the day just got better. Look who it is. Good morning. Hi. Oh my gosh. Hi, Piglet. Hi. Oh. Hi, Daisy. That's how we're going to see characters for a little bit. There are cavalcades that come by down the parade route, but they come at random times. They don't want people camping out and waiting for them. Hi guys! I've missed you. You guys have been...
We didn't miss you guys.
You guys have been running this joint for a few months, huh? Let's go ride some rides. Want to see what the ride process is like? And we're gonna start with the classic Haunted Mansion. Oh wait, I lied. We're riding Peter Pan's Flight. It's a 15-minute wait. We're required. So here's the queue. It's going down this way. Wrapping around a little bit. Now, much like at Universal, these queues are gonna look really, really long because they have to space everybody out so far. So when you walk up to an attraction and you see that the queue starts all the way out here, don't freak out because again, they have to space everybody out properly. So, thank you. As you can see throughout the queue, oh, poor Nana. Poor Nana. Poor father. So as you can see throughout the queue, they have lines, and then you'll just keep walking through and waiting on the lines as you go through the queue. But this is now moving a little bit, so you can keep moving. Butterflies. Hello, just one. Thank you. Yes. How are you? Thank you. What a perfect first ride of the day. There's not much more magical than this. Thank you! Oh, here we go!
And off we go!
There was hand sanitizer right before you got on, and then there's hand sanitizer right when you get off. So that way you are always having clean hands when you get on the ride and right after you get off the ride. Okay, so the posted wait time was 15 minutes. I was on and off the ride in 10. So I think the longest lines we're gonna see for a while are gonna be Splash Mountain because of the cleaning process there. They're cleaning the logs very frequently and sending them through. We'll get over there. Plus there is a lot of popularity and a lot of things happening with Splash Mountain right now, especially since they announced they're re-theming it to Princess and the Frog. There's definitely a lot of nostalgia and people wanting to ride Splash. But I think that's going to be our longest wait time in this park for a long time. So let's go see what's happening at Mansion. Also, when Peter said, "Here we go," I started crying because I'm a child. Okay. Here is the queue for Mansion. It starts all the way back out there and then weaves in through here. It has a posted 20-minute wait. So again, it looks a lot longer than it is, I hope. So I'm gonna get in line and see if it really is 20 minutes or if it's a little longer or shorter. What is the deal? A Mansion maid just came out and let us know that it's posted at 20 minutes, but it's really actually only about 10 because they are frequently cleaning the ride vehicles. In fact, every so often they actually stop the ride, don't load anybody, and they clean every single doom buggy. So she said the line may stop or start, but it should be 20 minutes with the cleaning process that's happening right now. So you may see that, hear that at attractions while you're here. It seems as though they just finished cleaning maybe because now it's moving really fast, but I'm not sure. But either way, not a big deal, and I'm happy they're cleaning. Notice too that they have closed off the interactive portion of the queue. There are stickers in there, so I guess if the line was long enough, they could put people in there, but for now, that part is not being used.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. Now, as they say, look alive, and we'll continue our little tour.
So if you couldn't tell, the stretch room is not happening right now. There would be no way to safely socially distance people. It would not be a very effective use of space because you could have like 2 parties in there. You can't tell everyone to drag their bodies in the dead center of the room. So the stretch room is not a thing right now. It's just part of the queue. Thank you. Now. Real talk, guys, you think they'll put Brer Rabbit right there next to Mr. Toad? Too soon? Sorry. Again, the biggest thing that's different about Haunted Mansion right now is that there is no stretch room. I'm not surprised by that. There weren't pre-shows at Universal. There's just no way to affect... Oh, hi! Thank you! The way dining is working right now, they are heavily encouraging the use of the My Disney Experience app where you can mobile order your food at the quick service locations. Before you even go into the restaurant, they're gonna wanna see that you've mobile ordered and have an order. They're not letting people just go in there to sit down or cool off or anything like that. If you are paying with cash, or if you have an allergy, you can go in and pay at a register and talk to a cast member, but those are the only exceptions. Everybody else, gift cards you can pay on the app. You can obviously link a credit card up to the mobile order, and that's how they're doing quick service. We'll get into that in a little bit later, but I'm actually headed to eat at a full service restaurant to see what that's like. Do you know where I am for lunch? Hint. Do you know now? It's Be Our Guest. So Be Our Guest, it's an annual pass holder preview day, so they were open for walk-in reservations, but they are going to open for guests when the park officially reopens, which when you're watching this, it already did. Reservations are going to be required, and it is only lunch and dinner, and it's only the table service meal, so there's no quick service. It's a $62 prefix 3-course meal, and I'll show you what I get and what it looks like and everything. One thing you're gonna see wherever you eat quick service or full service, everywhere I've been so far since Disney World reopened at Disney Springs and at the Magic Kingdom, you're gonna see that some tables are marked off as not available right now because they wanna make sure everyone's properly socially distanced. So they are gonna take less reservations because they can only accommodate a fraction of the people they could before. If you've been here at breakfast or lunch when it was a quick service, you'll know that this actually is normally opened up and it's got straws and napkins and condiments and refillable drinks. But then at the dinner service, which was always a sit-down service, they would close it up. So it's closed up right now. So you're not up refilling your drinks or getting condiments or anything like that. The cast members will happily do that for you. Little fun factoid about Be Our Guest, all the kids up there are the Imagineers as kids or the Imagineers kids that worked on this restaurant. That's a little fun thing you can tell people. The way the menus are working are, again, these QR codes that we've seen at Disney Springs at places, as well as at the Disney resorts. You just open up the camera app in your phone, aim it at that QR code, and it will pull up the menu. Again, right now it is a 3-course prefix menu. So you are going to choose an appetizer, you are going to choose an entree, and then everybody gets the dessert trio, not quick service, only the sit-down signature prefix. Just finished up lunch at Be Our Guest. Couple of thoughts. One, it's so beautiful in there. I just love it. And the music, oh, it's so great. Okay, but let's talk about how it's different. One, there's not a rate. Thank you guys, au revoir. One, there is a QR menu just like there has been at every other Disney restaurant I've gone to. So there's no actual menu. The Beast, previously he would meet in the study and you could take your picture with him and he could sign your autograph book. He doesn't do that anymore. So what he does instead is about it's like 20-ish minutes, some music would start and then he would come out and he would walk through all of the different rooms and he'd wave to everybody. So you still got to see him. And then at the end of the meal, we got like a card and it had his autograph on it. So that's how they're handling that. And then of course the biggest change is just that there's no quick service option anymore. So it's a $62 prefix meal. Do I think it's worth $62? That's up to you. If you've never been in there before and you just really want to get into the restaurant, possibly. For me, the restaurant is beautiful, but I always like doing the quick service before because the food is very good. But if I'm gonna spend $60 on a steak, I want a Chico filet, I want a Le Cellier steak. So for me, I personally like the quick service better, but just wanted to share that with you guys. Also sharing that we are gonna have food videos coming at a later date, so stay tuned for that. So that's why there wasn't a whole food review included in this moment just now. Just wanted to show you the new safety procedures and what the procedure for dining is like. All right, hopping in line for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Posted 25-minute wait. The cast member told me it's probably a little bit less than that. We got our hand sanitizer as we walk in. There we go. Also wanted to talk while we're weaving through this queue here. DAS, the Disability Access Service, is the same as it always has been. You still need to go to guest relations, but there are cast members outside the attractions with the tablets that can assist you with that, so no need to worry if you are someone that uses the DAS system. Also, rider swap, same thing. They still use the tablets outside the attraction, so rider swap is the same as well from what multiple cast members have told me, and I know that was a big question for you guys, so there's 2 answers for you. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but the same type of announcement that I heard at Mansion earlier just came on, which is that there's going to be a pause in operation while they clean down all of the vehicles. So that's something that I think you're going to hear quite a bit. Also note that here at Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, they have roped off this portion of the interactive queue. So this normally is something that you can touch and entertain yourself. And they're like, not right now. Probably for the best. This portion of the queue where they do the spinning jewels things, and if you spin them all together, you can see the 7 dwarves on the ceiling. I tried to spin one and then put hand sanitizer on to see if I could get a dwarf to appear, and I couldn't, so I think it's not working, or I'm really bad at spinning things. One of the two. But that section is not roped off. This part of the queue, when you're getting closer to boarding, you can see they've put up plexiglass dividers in between you and the parties in front of you, or in between you and the parties next to you, and then you've got the markers on the ground as well.
It's for your safety.
So that did end up taking just under 25 minutes to get through the queue and onto the attraction. But remember, they paused it. I was standing still for like maybe 6 or 7 minutes while they cleaned it. And then I saw that they were sending all of the cars through without anybody on them. So yeah, that's pretty low for Mine Train. Of course, we're still at the previews, so I don't know if the AP previews are less capacity than when the park actually opens. Disney doesn't release numbers like that. I think you can expect low wait times even after the park's open. I just don't know if they'll be like that low. But we'll find out together. Another key note of importance at Mine Train, they were seating at least 1 row in between parties, possibly more depending on the numbers of the parties and everything like that. But they had me sit actually 2 rows in between me and the people in front of me. They may do the next car, but there's going to be at least a row in front of you. And now I'm going to go to the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh because I adore this attraction. And also, I wanted to see what they're doing here. And yeah, as I could have predicted, the play area is completely roped off. And it says not available. The other interactive thing at the Winnie the Pooh attraction is the honey wall. So what they've done, which is smart, is now they're looping you into where Fast Pass normally goes. And so no one's even close to the screens. And they're turned off anyway. Row 1, that's for me. Every party is going to get their own honey pot right now. So if you had a party of 2, you'll get your own honey pot. If you're a party of 1 like me, you'll get your own honey pot. Of course, if you're a party of 4, etc., you get it.
The East Wing traded places with the West Wing.
If you ask me, he'll never reach that dream.
Obviously, I'm at Dumbo now. I want to see what they're doing with the really cool, normally interactive playground that's the queue. Normally when it's this low of a wait time, it's optional anyway, because it's basically a walk-on. But if I were a betting lady, I would bet it's not even open at all. Oh, yep, I'm a genius. I'm literally the only person getting on Dumbo right now. Like,
make sure your flight's a safe one. Be sure to stay safe.
Literally the only person here. So I can have anyone I want. which means Clemson colored Dumbo, you're my new best friend. Probably not a big surprise to anybody that the Casey Jr. splash area is not working right now. So it's just a cute thing you can look at now, maybe take a picture, but no splash area. Let's check out the Relaxation Station. Hello! Good, how are you? So the Relaxation Stations are similar, actually they're the exact same thing as the U-Rest stations at Universal, and they are designated areas throughout the parks. All 4 parks are gonna have these. They are spots where you can come, sit, take your mask off, have a moment. So here we are at Pete's Silly Sideshow, which you probably know is normally a character meet and greet with Donald and Goofy and Daisy and Minnie, but no character meet and greets right now. So they said any table, so they've got some standing tables, they've got some seated tables, and then they also have these circles on the ground. They said grab one, take your mask off, you could bring a snack in here, you don't have to bring a snack in here, and just have some nice relaxation time. So the other spots here at Magic Kingdom, there's one at the Golden Oak Outpost near Frontierland and Adventureland, like right across from Pecos. There's also one at the Tomorrowland Terrace. So those 2 are outside. Tomorrowland Terrace is at least covered. This one's in the air conditioning, so this is like the best one. But they're gonna have those at all the parks. All right, enough dancing. Let's get serious and talk about masks. Masks are required for all guests ages 2 and up. All guests ages 2 and up. Gators do not count as masks. I saw at least 3 people today be told before temp checks that those would not be allowed. Gators are the ones that go all the way around your head. It has to have ear loops. If you wear a gator, they'll either give you a temporary mask for the day or you're gonna need to bring a backup. There was some confusion about gators before. People were wearing them at Disney Springs, but it seems as though Disney has officially decided that gators are not allowed. So make sure you have a mask with ear loops. Mask tips, bring a few for the day in case you lose it, in case it gets really dirty, in case it gets wet, in case you get lipstick all over it, just so you have clean, fresh ones throughout the day. Because like if you went to a meal, you sat down, and then you put a sweaty mask back on, you might not like that. But now here's the big question when talking about masks. What is it like to be in a theme park in a mask? How hot is it? Is it unbearable? What's it like to do Disney in a mask? That is probably the #1 question I get. Here's the deal, guys. It is really hot because it is Florida in July. I'd be hot anyway. I'd be sweating regardless if I had a mask on or not, so I don't think you can blame the mask for being hot. I live here. I'm used to this oppressive heat. So if you're from somewhere that's not this hot, and then you get here, you're gonna be like, oh goodness, if you have to put a mask on or not. So it's really hot. It takes some getting used to, but keep in mind again, I've been doing this since May 20th when Disney Springs opened. I've been covering Disney Springs, I've been covering Universal, I've been covering the resorts. So wearing a mask to me, it's just how it is now for me, and I'm pretty much used to it at this point. So I act like one, but I'm not a child. I don't have a child. I don't know how it would be to be a kid wearing a mask. I don't know much about kids. I do know they're very particular. So I've had friends tell me that like their kids will just have a meltdown because the mask isn't tied right or something. So know your kids, plan for a bunch of breaks, plan to go to those relaxation zones, maybe plan a meal in the middle of the day so you can take your mask off for an hour and sit down and have a meal. And no matter who you are, practice wearing your masks. Practice walking around outside in the heat where you're from, because 1, you'll help get acclimated to the heat, and 2, you'll practice wearing your mask. If you want to come here right now, you have to wear one whether you like it or not. So this is my backpack, and I'm not afraid to admit that that's sweat. So I can't blame the mask for that. It's just really hot. That's it. That's the mask deal. Let's take a look inside Star Traders so we can talk about what it's like to go shopping right now. So it's going to be very similar to Disney Springs. where you're gonna see this sign everywhere on the different shelves asking you to socially distance, and also please limit the handling of merchandise. You're gonna see these lines at the registers, and you're gonna see barriers between you and the cast members. And then once again, they are encouraging that contactless payment, so preferred Magic Band credit card, not cash, baby. And then you can also see that they are selling the Disney masks throughout the merchandise locations. So you could pick up a couple masks if you'd like, 4 for $20, $6 each. Obviously no returns and no discounts. Note they do run pretty small from everyone I've heard that has bought them. So most adults need a large, most kids need a medium, but they have them for sale here. I've seen them at a bunch of stores. Another thing to note about merchandise is that some of the stores are set up to do the virtual waitlist, like at World of Disney at Disney Springs. I know the Emporium has it, the Splash Mountain merchandise location has it. So what would happen at the stores if they reach capacity is that you will leave your information with a cast member, and then they will text you when it is your turn to go shop. So just like World of Disney. So you can expect to see that at some stores as well, because again, they're at a limited capacity. Another question people have asked me are if popcorn stands and carts are open, and they absolutely are. They've got some markers for waiting, but I've seen popcorn carts, I've seen churros, they've got ice cream here. Many carts are still open with your favorites. And speaking of, I need a snack. You guys already know I had to get a Mickey bar. Mickey bar, castle. This is a good space. As you can tell, I have pulled down my mask briefly as I'm eating, which you're allowed to do. Just like at Disney Springs, just like at Universal. If you have a drink or a snack that you're walking around with, you can remove your mask, but be mindful. Try not to do it if you're, in a smaller walkway, or if you're in a queue and it's a little bit tighter. Just be mindful and make sure you pull it back up when you're done eating or drinking. Okay. It's just so much better when you eat it here than anywhere else, even at Disney Springs. In addition to the many hand sanitizer stations I've seen throughout the parks, you may also spot these portable hand washing stations. This one is right near the popcorn stand in the Castle Hub. So these are really simple, paper towel, soap. It's a foot operated situation. And then another thing you'll notice is, like at Disney Springs, they've propped all of the trash can lids open, so that way you can just toss your stuff in and not worry about touching it. Oh my gosh. Hello, new friend. Hello, do you want to take a selfie, or hi? Okay, sorry, I got distracted taking a selfie with a duck. Another question I've been getting a lot is, can you still get complimentary cups of ice water? And hold on, I gotta show you characters first, I guess.
Hello, people.
Hi, Gaston. Looking good, buddy.
I always look good.
That's true. It's Winnie the Pooh! And Tigger and Alice, oh my goodness! Hi, Peter, hi, Alice! Oh, Tigger! Hi, Tigger, hi, Tigger, hi, Tigger! I love you, Tigger! Okay, sorry, we got distracted by the characters. It was loud, and obviously, who doesn't want to watch? That was the Fantasyland Friends cavalcade. There's 5 here. There's the Mickey one, there's a princess one, there's the Fantasyland Friends, there's Tinkerbell, and then there's Goofy and Friends, which I actually haven't seen that one. So, and again, they come out completely random times. So if you hear music while you're on the parade route, stop, watch, wave, yell, but don't just camp out, because you never know when they're gonna happen. Anyway, yes, you can still get free cups of water. I just got this one. that popcorn stand back there, because they do fountain soda, so they can do a little glass of ice water. I don't know if you'd be able to go into a quick service right now and just get ice water without ordering something else too. Like obviously if you order food, they'll give you one, but since they're trying to limit who goes into the quick services for just people that have ordered food, I've heard different things at different restaurants, so I don't want to tell you 100% one way or the other. But if you find carts or things like that that have water and fountain sodas, they'll give you one. Here's something very comical that my friend pointed out to me. The castle is like a giant paint by numbers right now because they're not done painting it. So you can see on all this gray part that it's got 4s, 5s, and 6s for the different shades of gray. Because obviously, most of her got painted while we were away. She got a suntan, but they still have a little bit to go. Another question I've gotten countless times is if I like the castle. As you can tell, she got a paint job while we were away. The bright blue is new, the gold and the pink are new, and then they're touching up the gray down at the bottom. I think it looks very pretty. I don't know if I love the pink yet. I do love the blue and I love the gold, but I'm still undecided on the pink. I like it more in person than I liked it in pictures, and I think it's gonna fade. And I think it's pretty. It just looks more like Aurora's castle now to me than a Cinderella castle. That said, she's still gorgeous. She's still the castle, so, you know, I think it's gonna fade. But yeah, I think it's a black licorice thing where, like, I put it on our Instagram and half of you guys were like, I hate it, and half were like, I love it. Have you seen Prince Charming? Charming! Just saw the stepsisters, Anastasia and Drizella, up on the balcony at the castle. That's another way that you can see characters. During the cast preview, Buzz and Stitch were out on a stage in Tomorrowland. I've seen pictures of the Country Bears out in Frontierland, so Captain Jack in Adventureland. Characters could randomly pop up places, and it's going to be like Universal, where they're going to be not anywhere close where you could hug them or take a close picture with them, but you could take a selfie, you can take a video, you can interact with them, and it was fun. The stepsisters were very funny, so definitely different, not the same, but it's still good to see the characters in the parks. Overall, the parks are very, very quiet right now. Granted, this is still the annual passholder preview, so the crowd could definitely get bigger. It's still going to be a limited capacity, though. A lot of people have asked what that number is, and Disney doesn't release how many people can fit in the parks and how many they're going to allow tickets to. So I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. But it's definitely going to be a limited capacity. It feels as safe as a theme park could feel right now. There's hand sanitizer everywhere. There are hand washing stations. They are cleaning the rides. There are markers on the ground everywhere. Truly, at this point, it's up to the guests to keep it safe. And that's what could make or break it, is the other guests, if they get close to you when the cavalcades come out, or if they don't listen to the markers in the line. Cast members, of course, are out here and trying to enforce it as best they can, but just make sure you're following the rules. Make sure you're mindful. Make sure your kids are mindful. Keep your masks on. But as safe as you could feel in a theme park, I guess that's how I feel right now. Headed to go ride Splash Mountain. It's almost the end of the day, and it only has a 15-minute wait. Throughout the day, it's had a 40-minute wait. It's had close to an hour wait, so I definitely think this is going to be your most popular. One, it's a very popular attraction, and two, people are feeling real nostalgic for Splash Mountain right now. So going to check out what it's like right now in a mask. So one thing that is different here at Magic Kingdom than has been at Universal, it's that you do have to keep your masks on during the water rides. Over at Universal, on Jurassic Park River Adventure, on Bluto's, on Dudley Do Rides, once you're seated and ready to go, lap bar down, you can actually take your mask off. That is not the case here at Splash, or the case over at Cali River Rapids at Animal Kingdom. Sorry the camera's going crazy. I just feel like I gotta do a little jig when I hear this. You still get wet. I have seen cast members enforce people putting their masks on, so just wear your mask, wash your hands, stay 6 feet away from other people. Even though they have hand sanitizer places, I'd still bring your own just in case you need it. I have it in my bag right now. I've also got wipes in my bag right now. So that's how I feel as far as safety goes. As far as, is it still magical? Is it still wonderful? Yes, it's still magical. It's Walt Disney World. There's still the castle. I still ride rides. I still got to see Mickey. So yes, it is still magical. But keep in mind, I get to come here. I'm very lucky. I get to come here a lot. Literally almost every day when the parks are open. So for me, seeing a new cavalcade is really fun. Or seeing the stepsisters up on the castle balcony is really funny, and it's something new and it's something different. If this was my first visit, if this is, you've been saving for years to come for your trip, if this is a big anniversary trip and you're wanting to do character dining and see fireworks and all those things, I personally would tell you to wait. I think that if it's one of those special occasions, you need to wait until you get the full experience. But if you're an annual pass holder, if you're someone that comes yearly, if you're someone that's been before, if you're someone that doesn't care about characters or entertainment at all and just want to ride rides, I think you would think this is fine. So that's just from my point of view. I think the cavalcades are fun. There's something different, and you still get to see the characters. But again, it's not the same to me. Going to Topolino's and having Mickey walk by my table is not the same as Mickey coming to my table. This is not the same as Festival of Fantasy, and leaving when the park closes at 7 is not the same as watching Happily Ever After. So that's my thoughts. I can't make your decision for you. I can just tell you what I've seen and what we experienced. I'm gonna be back. We're gonna have videos on each park to show you specifically what those are like once they reopen to the public. We're gonna be talking about the Food and Wine Festival that's gonna happen. There's so much coming, you guys. So thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with us through this crazy, crazy time. And now we're gonna help you navigate the rest of 2020 and what to do when the parks are like this now. So thank you guys. Love you so much. It has been very magical.
Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.